everything, I suppose. There's a lot of news to talk about. Yes, Jay Fergie, the video title did change. I realized that focusing on the space angle is very much what I'm interested in, not necessarily what everyone else is. By the way, could the lighting be any worse right now? We're going to have to get that sorted. But there's a lot going on, and not all of it can fit in our rundown, which is coming up with the damage report, 1 hour, 13 minutes, right after the watch list. A packed rundown, including the throwing away of the garbage people of the week. But there's so much else to talk about, including that the Don't Say Gay bill, which we've been covering on the show and throughout the network, has now passed. The Parental Rights in Education bill, they called it, in no way George Orwellingly. 69 to 47. Some Republicans did join Democrats in opposing it. State Rep Michael Greco says, I'm going to vote down on this bill and I'm going to say gay until I am rainbow in the face. Absolutely disgusting. This is what you get from Republicans. A true culture war. In that, according to my definition, means nothing, does nothing for the people weaponizing it. They do it in in terms of political strategy in a grifty fashion. It's just for their own benefit. Tremendous damage to the targets of it. And so it is moving forward. I hope we have more pre-shows. Thanks, John. Well, thank you. I like talking into a camera, and I'm glad that some people enjoy it. Oh, by the way, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button and sharing the stream, very few people know that we are now doing these pre-shows. This is live, way too dumb. No one knows that we're doing these pre-shows at this point. People will gradually get to know that. But if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that would help. So, Don't Say Gay bill has moved forward. You got your CPAC going on. Miss Schlapp, one of like the fixtures at this going on for a long time, came out in a mask. Oh, responsible. Responsible. Is wearing a mask. Very responsible. Comes out, then throws it into the crowd. Because it's a joke. It's a joke. Still 2,000 people dying a day. Everybody forgets that. I bet many of you probably haven't thought about it. I sometimes go a day or two between checking. Then I used to check the numbers a couple times a day. It's still horrendous. Thousands of people are dying literally every day. It's funny. By the way, like, it's a pandemic. And then you throw it to them. I mean, conceivably kind of dangerous. Jesus. Jay Fergie says, Skater Dragon wondering if John saw the YouGov poll showing the right dislikes the left more than Putin. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm going to have to look at that. Thank you for that. I saw that they support the sanctions even if it leads to some short-term price increases. I'm not seeing this. YouGov poll left Russia. Okay, I'm gonna have to find that. I don't immediately see it, but thank you for that. I do appreciate it. Please remind people to prepare for grid down situations. Cyber attacks will be next. Well, look, that generally is a good idea. Not only because of the possibility of some sort of cyber attacks, but obviously bad winter weather, wildfires, all of that can take down power. So you should always be prepared. Doesn't mean you have to live your life as like a total hobbit prepper digging in the ground or anything like that, but be prepared. J&J and distributors have finalized an opioid settlement to the tune of $26 billion. J&J not having a great year, the combination of the involvement in the opioid crisis as well as seemingly providing the worst of all the vaccines, and the one that I got, because I wanted to get it in one shot. A little bit short-sighted by me, potentially. Anyway, so you have that now. Dragon Dancer. Member for 15 months, says, milestone chat my birthday week. Haven't been able to watch live much with work and school, but happy birthday to me and fellow February Dragons. Happy birthday. I'm one of those February Dragons as well. There's nothing behind. Just buy a water filter and a bag for your camping equipment. Totally fine. Totally good idea. What if Russia wanted back Alaska? Do you think Fox News would agree with them still? It's a fun hypothetical. The polls from the Washington Post Washington Post left Russia poll. Don't see it immediately coming up. If anybody wants to tweet it to me, feel free. Potentially we can see it. Penny Reuter has been here for 15 months, says, thank you for helping remind folks we can do this together. Exactly. Thank you. My puppy's birthday is February 4th. He just turned 1. Well, that's the most adorable birthday of the month. Okay, let's are we gonna play the video? We're gonna play a little bit of the video. I'm gonna whip you around for this. Hold on one sec. We are rapidly running out of time.
President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother.
This is Annalyn McCord.
Mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky. If I was your mother, the world would have been warm.
Okay, so that has been going around, and I understand people are not happy with it. And look, I do get it. This poem about Putin, sort of hinting that it was about his upbringing and stuff like that. Well, first of all, like, I think there's a case to be made that it certainly didn't help. It is simplistic, of course. I understand that. And it feels like it's in that vein of the Imagine thing. I get it. Look, everyone interfaces with the news differently and tries to understand things. I saw Seth Abramson was like using it to hawk some book about Trump that he wrote, literally the invasion. Like, so there's a lot of ways that people respond to this stuff. There are multiple inroads for joking about it. It doesn't personally bother me as much as a lot of what I've seen, because at least this person is against what's going on. A lot of the people that I'm choosing to focus my rage on over the past few days are those who have set the stage for this, who have implied that everything we're seeing right now is really not that big of a deal. Why are you all so worried about this? What the fuck do you care about the Ukraine? And why are you so frustrated with Putin? Why are you so mad at Putin? That's going to bother me a little bit more. I get it. It's funny. We can joke. Yeah, I know that Ravana was talking about it on Twitter and everything. Yeah, we all have the ability now to share things very, very quickly. And that is not always going to result in us sharing the things that we would have had we thought for a bit. Janae Jones, member for 5 months, says, so glad to have the pre-shows back, John. Thank you for finding a way to make it happen. Hashtag Fluffy Dragon. Thank you, Janae Jones. Thank you for being here. Summon Dragon says, just checked hopefully, and yay, there's a pre-show. There is, get used to it. I'm going to be trying to basically do, like, our time, 8:40, 8:45 or so, to right up until the 9 mark, basically. I'm going to try to give you a 15, 20-minute pre-show. It's difficult because this is now way more into our production time for the show, but I am trying. Patreon has suspended an NGO account collecting money for the Ukrainian military. You can see there that you can put 37 pounds in to provide one of those bombs. I don't think, first of all, you will be shocked to find out you can't do that. That's not actually a thing you can do on Patreon or Kickstarter, Bombstarter. That's the, private funding of military. Yes, I should set that up. I don't like that they've made that impossible. But anyway, no, that's not gonna work. If you want to help people, put money towards like refugee resettlement or something like that, or like other NGOs working in the area to try to help people. Yes, there is a red panda back there. An awesome fan sent it. And yes, this is Eagle Fang. Seems sort of fitting considering the times. Okay, we're down to just a few more minutes. Really fast. The Japanese ambassador to Ukraine stayed in Kiev. He was delivered from Tokyo his great-grandfather's samurai sword and traditional armor. Dressed in them, he declared that the samurai must protect the country in which he is. Glory to Japan, glory to Ukraine. Look, it's the sort of thing that, like, I know that I'm not supposed to be like, yeah, I get that intellectually. But there is a little bit like, there's a thing, it's cinematic. I will say that. Hopefully the ambassador's fine, and hopefully the ambassador does not literally try to engage Russian forces with his sword. But that said, Pretty cool. Okay, so Russian space chief has threatened to crash the space station into the US. If you block cooperation with us, who will save the ISS from an uncontrolled deorbit and fall into the US or Europe? There's also the option of dropping a 500-ton structure on India or China. Do you want to threaten them with such a prospect? The ISS does not fly over Russia, so all the risks are yours. Are you ready for them? Fuck you. It's exactly the same as threatening to, like, send a missile over. Like, we have entered into incredibly fraught times, obviously. Everyone, including just the chief of a space, agency is going to get in on it. Everybody feels like they can wildly throw around threats and everything. It is dangerous times. It is dangerous times. Now let's close with a little bit of fun, perhaps. Biden official, White House spokesperson, has responded to Donald Trump's commentary about the ongoing invasion by calling him a nauseating, fearful pig. As Ukraine shudders, Donald Trump calls Vladimir Putin's incursion pretty smart. Says Trump and Putin are rubbing their snouts together and celebrating as innocent people love their lives. Look, is it helping? Perhaps not. Is it similar to something I would say on the show? Perhaps. I do like that if you're gonna talk about Putin and Trump's relationship or whatever, there is no need to needlessly sexualize it. So I'm glad that it is not at least doing that. It is, however, casting aspersions on pigs. And as we all know, animals are innocent, especially pigs, who are emotional, complex creatures. Now, bear that in mind. Creatures deserve respect. Pigs, perhaps especially so. But that said, Trump's commentary has been absolutely disgusting. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't care to. His own history with trying to manipulate military funding, specifically to Ukraine, means he should sit the fuck down if anybody should. Anyway, we are out of time, but you know what's coming up in like a minute at twitch.tv/TYT as well as youtube.com/watchlistTYT? The Watchlist with J.R. Jackson. So you're not going to want to miss that, and in an hour, I'll be going live with Brett Ehrlich, also on Twitch and at youtube.com/The Damage Report to run you through all of the news. We've got some amazing stuff here, as well as a SCOTUS pick being announced and all that, and then the garbage people of the week. So thank you everyone for being here. Try to get used to this new time if you can, and I'll see you soon.